quantité de pouce.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to a Tilty episode of Variant Editions New Releases Show. My name is Brandon, and I'm once again without my proper headphones because I don't know where they are. They're probably still at work somewhere in a bag, I guess. Haven't been able to find them here. And my internet keeps doing that thing where I'm about to go live and then goes, internet, I don't know her. So that's great fun. Always love that extra bit of fun when I'm trying to get ready for everything. Cats are all tucked away. Jim's getting food in a room. Squee and Kit got treats. And Squee has been pounding at the door ever since I locked him in there. But they're all extra bonkers. This past weekend, I after I did the final orders, or started the final orders on Sunday, I drove to Central Alberta, where I stayed the night, and then in the morning went to find a good computer and printer for my grandfather. And the cats were a little restless when I got back. Kit, before I could get her back inside, when I let them roam the yard a little bit, I had to go to the bathroom before I could get her in, and when I came back, she was gone, because she can kind of like smoosh herself down and scooch underneath a gap in the railings. So that was like a good 2.5 hours of my life where I was just like, what the heck? Where'd she go? Checking every 10 minutes, and she ended up coming running. This morning, I actually, because I'd posted a message in one of the area groups things of just like, hey, you see this little turd somewhere? Let me know. Because like I got her back last night, and she came running in like there was no problem. And then when I got ready to go to bed, she was at the door just like, can I go outside again? I was like, absolutely not. Rude. But there was a message there this morning from apparently someone in the area who's like, oh yeah, we were out last night. I was giving her catnip. She loved it. I was like, I mean, that sounds like her. She does love her catnip. So she was apparently just down the road, just like doing drugs with her friends. So she had some fun. That was stressful for me. When I was down, she really is. When I was down in Central Alberta, my dad also had asked me a while ago if I wanted a copy of this. And I said yes, mostly out of curiosity. But here's a record of why I'm related to almost everybody in Central Alberta. It is a detailed history of the Hill family. Soup to nuts, I guess. And features quite a lot of different people. A lot of obituaries, a lot of pictures, all kinds of wild stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember Uncle Ken. yeah, anyways, there's a lot in here. So we'll be going through that over the next little while. And I don't think much else happened this weekend. I don't think so. Danica and I caught up yesterday. Watched a couple episodes of Doctor Who. We're still one behind. And 2 absolutely fantastic episodes written by Russell T Davies. I wish I could remember what they're called. But the one that really got me was the kind of like social media one, where all the privileged kids end up working in this place 2 hours a day. My goodness. Or is it 2 hours a week? It might be 2 hours a day. And they're all being attacked by these creatures, and the Doctor and Ruby Sunday are trying to figure out, why. And things happen, and I loved the ending of the episode. It made me so angry. But it's a must watch, I think, for people who kind of look out at the world today and are just like, wow. Oh yeah, and 73 yards. That was really nice. That was more of the timey-wimey episodes. It's kind of like this season's Turn Left, which was really good. And yeah, just 2 fantastic episodes. We're really, really happy. Yeah. Highly recommend this season of Doctor Who. We did not like Boom. A lot of people really liked Boom. And it's good enough. And if it had one chunk taken out of it, I would have loved it more. But I could not overlook Stephen Moffat written episode that has the Doctor proclaiming very loudly several times in a row, "Do you get it? Do you get it? Have you figured it out? Do you get it? Do you get it?" And that's how I just feel all of Moffat's writing is. The most egregious being the Christmas special of Sherlock, where Sherlock Holmes explains feminism to and misogyny to a room full of women. Like, see? Do you get it? Yeah, no, we get it. We get you're so clever and great. You don't have to yell it at us. It's not how it works. There's clever moments in the Russell T Davies episodes, and when the Doctor is being clever in the Russell T Davies episodes, he doesn't stand there and go, "Do you understand the clever thing that I've done? I came up with this. It was me. I built the puzzle and I solved it." No. The Doctor shares the discoveries with people in the Russell T Davies episodes, and that is my Doctor, not the Doctor who's just like, "I'm so clever, I'm clever more than anybody." Yeah. So there. Also, I love that they call each other babes. Hey, babes. It's good times. All right. I got a wee stacky here. I'm going to go through wee stacky. I don't think I have much to talk about otherwise. Variant Edition sent out their first newsletter in a long time. Their first newsletter. Our first newsletter in a very long time. And one of the reasons why I did it was because I feel like a lot of the way we were able to communicate with people about cool things that were coming up was really through our social media. And now social media is an absolute hellscape to try and get information to people unless you pay. So we took a look at how the landscape of getting information to people is working, and we landed on reviving our newsletter, something that's more direct to people, something that they're opting into to share an experience with. And in that newsletter, we've built it so that you can choose different sections. The place that we're going with lets you basically drag and drop a bunch of different sections in, and you can determine who sees those certain sections. So folks won't be getting a whole lot of information that they don't necessarily need, because we do have a lot of graphic novel clientele that doesn't really care about the single issue stuff, and a lot of single issue people who don't really care about the graphic novel stuff. So we get to build out that experience, getting information directly to people and to their wants, to their desires. So I think that's pretty cool, and we're going to see if that is a workable solution for the days to come. Already saw great success when I did the little tester this past week, and I talked about Absolute Power, the upcoming DC major event that Mark Waid and Dan Mora are doing. It is a really big event that's been kind of percolating in the background. One of the things I really liked about it was you didn't really need to know everything that had happened before. It, of course, gave some context, but the stakes were properly raised. You could figure out really why what was happening was important and how what was happening was important. And it built absolutely beautifully. I think this is going to land extremely well. And I talked about it and a little bit about what Mark Waid said in a retailer call that we were a part of, and shared a lot of information with that. And looking at the subscriptions that were added this weekend, it worked. There's a whole bunch of people who went into their subscriptions and added the book to their file, which is really cool. And I'm real excited for folks to dig into that, because if you're into the kind of the bigger superhero stories, I think it's going to be an absolutely remarkable one, especially with Dan Mora doing a lot of redesigns for the characters. He does an amazing job of character design in general, and so he really suits well for this. So I was really excited about that, and that the newsletter hit pretty well. And that, people seem to be enjoying it. So if you've had that in your inbox, definitely check it out. I'm really proud of it. We're going to be doing some interesting things with it in the days to come. And brain. Yeah, I think that's about it on that one. So we're going to get to El Staccarino. El Stackatron 3000. And we've got kind of tired of the internet choosing whether or not it wants to be on right now. So, like I was saying, we're going to get to Stack, and we're going to see how that works for everybody. And nothing is going to go wrong. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. We have the first issue of Lawful from Boom Studios. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Magical meets modern in a walled city with strangely familiar architecture, where two small children with a sense of adventure get a grim reminder of reality, because every mistake one makes in this world will cause them to transform into a monster, bit by bit. And in the eyes of society, there's no distinction between the rules and what's right. Imperfection breeds monstrous consequences in this urban fantasy adventure, with deep social commentary from renowned and award-winning writer Greg Pak and the acclaimed artist Diego Galino. So, very interesting concept. I really enjoyed the first issue, so we ordered a few. Boom is very wonderful to retailers and does actually help out by making some of their earlier issues returnable for retailers, which means that we can take a chance on something that we've read and we think will connect with people, even if there's not a whole lot of people who are subscribed to a book. So I like to tell people about those initiatives. A lot of retailers like to keep it secret. But when a publisher is helping us out, I like to communicate with you so that you know, hey, this is a great way to support the store, to check out these books where they're where everyone's taking a chance on it, ourselves, the retailer, and whatnot. So yeah, he's awesome. Okay, everything's fine. Nothing is wrong. The phone kept going. Oh yeah. Also today, my auntie Lisa came to the store. I haven't seen her in about 20 years. She's living in the States now, in Texas, I believe, with her new husband. We caught up. It was really nice. And talked a little bit about family, about our lives and stuff. And yeah, it was really cool. Auntie Lisa is one of my uncle's 3 ex-wives. I think he's on 4th wife, and over his life he's had about 7 fiancés, I think. Let's say he's an interesting dude. Let's say hypothetically he used to run the drug trade in Stettler. Like one does sometimes. Very interesting dude. My family's fun. I'm really tired after this weekend. I always look forward to Monday as sort of like a day to recharge a little bit, to sleep in a little bit, and to just sort of like take things at my own pace, because I'm not required to be anywhere at any given time, really. Now I do build in some things that I need to do. Like next weekend is next weekend is my first day of, or next Monday is my first day of therapy. Yay! It's gonna be fun. I'm not scared at all. It's gonna be great. And that's been a long time coming. So and so many months in trying to get to happen, because you can get that to happen pretty quickly if you got lots of money to make that happen pretty quickly. You can kind of like vet some stuff out and pay a chunk of change. But sometimes you don't have chunks of change, and sometimes your life explodes for long periods of time, and you can't really get all the things together. So I'm very excited to be going towards that direction and to looking to better myself, even though I'm a little scared about it. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be better. So I'm happy about that little interlude. So anyways, therapy's gonna happen soon. We have the return of the Scarlet Witch book from Steve Orlando. Took a little bit of a breaky to do a Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver little mini series, but this is essentially a continuation of that Scarlet Witch series that's been running since mid last year. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I'm excited to see what this new era, so to speak, is going to involve, because I think the original premise of the book, where Wanda has set up a magic shop that has a door, and emerging through that door are people who are basically at their lowest, and what she wants to do is to be able to try and help them figure out next steps. And of course, most of these things involve magic. It's not sort of like, oh, I'm feeling really down. It's like there's something wrong, creeping at the edges type of thing. And the reason why she's doing it is because in her life, she has had moments where she's been at her lowest and no one was around to catch her and help her. And some bad things happened, like, the No More Mutants thing, or when Avengers Disassembled happened. It was really kind of her chaos magic that was really causing a lot of the problems. So it's her also dealing with her trauma and moving forward in interesting ways by helping out people. And it was just a really amazing opening to the series, and I'm really excited to see more of where it's going. forward. Now, I am really excited for one of these next ones because it features two of my favorite creators. Hayden Sherman is the artist of this, and he's been doing some of my absolute favorite independent work for quite some time now. He's been working with a lot of very interesting creators, including Scott Snyder, on a lot of projects. This time he's working with Zach Thompson, who has done a lot of my favorite, more independent works, and a few things for Marvel and DC here and there. A group of climate scientists working in a remote base camp on Australian outback discover an impossible landform. They venture inside expecting the unexpected, but the titular unbeing delivers. Yeah, I think I said that right. They venture inside expecting the unexpected, and the titular unbeing delivers. True to the tradition of cosmic horror, they discover an anomalous environment that defies everything they think they know about the world. I've only been able to page through this so far, and it's got some images. But yeah, I'm real excited to dig into this and to go on a little bit of a journey with it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I see StreamYard finally figured out a bug-ish that was happening when it would show how many viewers were viewing on X, and it would just count and keep. It was as though no one was not watching. It just kept adding people, and so they've remedied this by just not telling you if there's anybody watching on Twitter. Because is why. Hopefully I hit that mute button properly. I'm also recovering from a bit of a cold. Yay. It was really bad on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo Saturday Morning Adventures book. This is a one-shot. The Saturday Morning Adventures line from IDW features the various properties that they have doing their Saturday morning cartoon versions. And this one has a mix of TMNT and Usagi, like has happened on the show back in the day. So a brand new story featuring those characters, a little bit of a crossover, a little bit of fun, and yeah, good times from the folks who have been doing the regular Saturday Morning Adventures comic, which a lot of people have really enjoyed. Right now, they're doing a bit of a mashup with a bunch of different versions of the TMNT, which has been done in some of the TV cartoons. Have you ever heard of this television? The TV cartoons. They've done mashups of different eras, and now they're doing it in comics, and it's really cool. We have X-Men: The Era of Apocalypse. This is popping out, just like a big old booty. It's popping out of why am I like this? See, there's no tether. It makes things difficult. It is popping out of the end of the Krakoa age. It is kind of a bridge of sorts to the next stage of X-Men books. Apocalypse has been through some stuff, and now he's kind of figuring out where he wants to go next, what's going to happen. And it's big, it's fighty, it's bombastic. It's from Steve Fox, who has been doing some great work, including if he is the writer of the current X-Men 97 miniseries that Marvel has been putting out, which people have really enjoyed. So this gets you sort of some classic X-Men feels, really builds out a big Apocalypse story that will be happening for 4 issues here. And finally, for single issues, you have something that I've been anticipating a long time now. It is Godzilla Skate or Die. the Skateboards and Godzilla comic that you never knew you wanted. Australian skater punks versus Varan and the King of the Monsters in this thrilling debut issue by writer-artist Louis Joyce. 4 years ago, four best friends and diehard skaters found the perfect location for a DIY skate park. After months of hard work, they created the world's sickest spot that they could enjoy for the rest of their lives. That is, until the ferocious Varan appeared in the middle of Central Australia and started making a beeline for their beloved park. Why is Varan on a rampage? Why is Varan on a rampage? Why did Godzilla just appear off the coast? What does their beloved skate spot have to do with this? And most importantly, what are these punks willing to do to save it? I just had to slip into my impeccable French there for a second. I have heard from the finest Frenchies that it is fine and good. I'm pretty sure that's what they like to be called. That's what I've heard. Into graphic novels, we've got the first volume of Petrol Head. I love this book. It is this sort of like fast-paced, slightly neon take, kind of like a 2000 AD take on Speed Racer, I would say. Start your robo engines. In a climate crisis ravaged future metropolis, an old, grumpy, obsolete, smoke-belching, cigar-chomping hot rod racing robot is one 12-year-old girl's only hope. Together, can they outrace the chasing robo-cops with an invention that just might save humanity? It's big. It's fast. It is filled with brilliant colors and fast-paced action. It is from Rob Williams and Pi Par. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this book. It does hit a lot of my Speed Racer itches. And I would say not so much the like anime, but more so the movie that I really enjoyed. Even though, you know, the movie is obviously highly influenced off of the anime. We have Club Microbe, the newest from Elise Gravel, who has done tons of work for all ages. And this is in her line of Mushroom Fan Club and the Bug Club, where you learn about mushrooms and you learn about bugs. It's a germs world and we're just living in it. Elise Gravel introduced us to the heroes and the villains of the microscopic world, stopping to marvel at their unique names and their wondrous shapes. She also does a really, really good book on misinformation for all ages that is absolutely fantastic. If I had the name of it in my head, I would tell it to you. We also have Secondhand Love. It is a manga brought over here by the fine folks at Drawn and Quarterly. And I'm real excited. I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy this. Through a cracked door, heartsick Amy hears a playful growl. Cautiously, she lets her lover in, a wolf of a man wielding a bouquet of roses. His shoulders must have been 4 inches wider than mine. As I stood behind him, I fantasized about the broadness of his chest, the thickness of his neck, and about becoming his mistress once again. Drawn soon after, the critically acclaimed Talk to My Back, the 2 stories in Secondhand Love mark the triumphant return of Yamada Urasaki, one of literary manga's most respected feminist voices. Translated by noted historian Ryan Holmberg, this edition includes an interview with the artist from the height of her career in 1985, where her wit and wisdom are on shimmering display. Ms. Magazine says Yamada Urasaki was one of the most acclaimed and groundbreaking women working in manga. Can make that happen for you. Let me make a note. don't think we have it in at the moment, but if we do, it will be a side for you. So what do you folks get up to lately? I think I turned off the music. What have you folks gotten up to lately? What things have you been watching? What things have you been reading? I'm very interested because it helps me out with some stuff to figure out what I'm going to watch next and build that out. I'm looking forward to digging into a book called Greta and Valden, which is Magpie Books book club selection for June. It seemed really cool. It basically, the premise is sort of like a lot of the more trashier reads that I used to read when I was younger. I really liked the sort of like summer beach read drama things that a lot of that would be ascribed to women, sort of like messy relationships and figuring things out. But this one is written by, I believe, New Zealand Indigenous folk, and features an interesting array of characters, and the main characters also have a range of different sexualities. It's really cool, and I've read just a little bit of it to start, and I like the flavor of it. I like the pacing of it. It's very interesting, and I think folks might enjoy it. Sean, I heard you folks got a doggo. Seen some really cute pictures. It's just a baby. Odin, right? I believe. It's very cute. Very cute, Papo. Oh, cool. You know what? I don't think I've read Good Omens. I really should. I'll get on that. OD, that makes sense. Got a new water heater. That's good. What's Outlaws about? Be interested. Chantal, I will get you a copy of the Mushroom Club book. It's really good. Another new book, When the Lake Burns. When a local lake catches fire, a group of teens set out to see the spectacle for themselves. But not everything goes as planned. A very rare natural phenomenon is causing quite the stir in the village of Corbeau River. Lake Kijikon has caught fire and grown into a veritable inferno. When the disaster occurs, an old local legend reemerges, and a group of local teens decide to find out if the stories are true. Deep in the woods, one of the teens shares a secret so shocking that the group splits up, and the real nightmare begins. Also, ooh la la, French flaps, baby! Oui, oui. I love the art style in this. It is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I'm going to give it a read. Okay. Absolutely. Very interested. All right. Outlaws. It's about a group of people from various social strata doing community service for different reasons who end up with a drug dealer's bag of money. Yeah, hijinks ensues. Great ensemble cast, mostly English, plus Christopher Walken as con man granddad. Awesome. I love it. And finally, we have Hexagon Bridge. This is a beautiful book. With just like sort of gorgeous imagery, nice sci-fi trip for folks who want a little bit of a wander in that genre. All roads collapse homes. After explorers Jacob and Alina Armelin find themselves trapped in a strange parallel dimension. Their clairvoyant daughter Adley and sentient robot Staden embark on a dangerous mission to rescue them. Pushing onward, they encounter mischievous beings amidst uncanny shifting landscapes and discover a world beyond belief. An intricately told science fiction tale for fans of stories like Jonathan Hickman and Mike Hollison's Decorum and Darcy Van Polgeist's and Ian Bertram's Little Bird. Now, fun thing about selling comics to people. If you tell them it's like two different comics, they need to know those two comics. If they need to know those two comics, your Venn diagram of who you can sell this comic to gets pretty small. This is not how I would sell this book. I would sell this book as sort of a lushly illustrated take on, say, what's the Christopher Nolan movie where they're spinning the top and they go inside each other's heads? I'm not coming up with it right now. But it's got a little bit of that flavor to it, especially sort of the imaginative ways that a lot of the imagery works and builds through. But is not hard Christopher Nolan. There's a softness to it. There's a bit of a caper to it. It's a bit of an adventure, but with sort of that sci-fi feel. Inception. That's the one. Thank you. I watched that movie like 3 times in the theater. I really enjoyed it. You think I could remember what it's called? Absolutely not. Because that's not how my brain works. Squee, I love you dearly. Your father's almost done. Calm down. It's pounding at the door. Nobody has ever been persecuted quite like that boy. What has he even done? I didn't even do anything wrong. Starting to go back to swimming. Tomorrow morning. And the I didn't even do anything comes from when I was going quite regularly before the flood of the old shop. There would be a kid usually who would have to leave the pool before they wanted to, and you would just hear them as the parents like, no, but we need to go because we need to see your grandparents, like, you know, we've got places to be. And you just hear them go, well, I didn't even do anything wrong. And just is one of my favorite things. I didn't even do anything. Like, yeah, when you're that young, that's how it goes. Andrew, I am in complete agreement. I actually wrote a little piece about it for my Substack forever ago when this book was coming out, that this issue 2 cover does a lot more than this issue 1 cover, because this has me asking what is going on. Makes me want to open the book and figure it out. This definitely still shows me a world, but this prompts me to action. I really like it.
What is it when you walk on rollers? You can perform for 1,000 people and you can't be honest with one.
Indeed. All right. That's all I have, friends. Let's get this friggin' thing on the road, baby. Ooh. It's magic. It's that time where we take our magic mirror, we look through it, and we say, hey, everybody, thank you for being around today. We hope that you're doing well, and hope that you know that we are here for you too. Yeah, you. We know Edmonton is all sad about the last couple games that the Oilers played, but it's going to be okay. I know this because eventually everything's okay. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of work. All right, I'm looking out. I'm seeing Bryce. Hello, Bryce. I'm looking out. I'm seeing Ben. Hi, Ben. I'm looking out and seeing the one and only Foley. Hello, the one and only Foley. I'm looking out. I'm seeing Danica. Danica. Look at you. looking out, I'm seeing Chantel. Hi, Chantel. And I think that is it. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of the show. I am going to dig through some of these books. I definitely want to dig through more of When the Lake Burns so I can really give that more of a little bit of a hitcheroo. I'm looking forward to actually a lot of these. I've read a bunch of Hexagon Bridge. I want to know how it ends. And Petrol Head. I'm almost done Petrol Head. I was reading that a little bit when I was down in Central Alberta. Godzilla Skate or Die. And Into the Unbeing. You know, I do read all of these anyways, but those are like the ones that are just going to like really grab me. I can feel it. In my bones. All right. Thank you all for being here. I will be with you here next week. I am still working on a little bit of a new format for the show that I think is going to happen in July. There's a couple things that need to be put in place first. And we'll go from there. So thank you all for being here on this wonderful day. I hope that you are all doing well, or as well as you can be right now, and that you take care of yourselves. Because as long as we're looking to be better and trying to take care of ourselves, we can't exactly be at our worst, now, can we? So try. I know I'm trying. This is advice I'm trying to give to myself as well. And yeah, I'm going to read some books. I'm going to go to sleep early because last night exhausted me. Because some little ding-dong decided to try and escape. Do I hold a grudge? Absolutely not. Has she been outside again today? No, she has not. Though part of it, she didn't really want to when I got home because that girl is scared of the wind and big boomers. So is Squee. And it's wet outside. They don't like it. They don't care for it. All right. Thank you all for being here. We will talk again soon. And yeah. Until next time, keep fit and have fun. Completely original. TM. TM, 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 TM.